Well, hey guys, it seems like as a skincare community, we have been waiting for this moment for a long time, and that is the arrival of CeraVe's new cleansing balm. I went ahead and snagged this on the Amazonian, of course, and I've been trying it out, really excited to review it for you all. And I also have been trying out and will review their new eye makeup remover, because in case you haven't noticed, I've been dabbling in eye makeup. I know, who is she? I don't know, sometimes I just decide why not give something a try, and I give it a try within reason. Yeah, I've even experimented with like green eyeliner recently. I don't know. But before we get into this review, make sure you are subscribed if you like skincare content from a board certified dermatologist. Hit the bell notification, because that little bell is gonna let you know when my videos go live. And if you like the short form vertical content, definitely give me a follow over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm pretty consistent on those platforms as well. Busting myths, sharing tips, all that good stuff. So check that stuff out. Follow me there as well. Now, I ordered this cleansing balm on the Amazonian. I actually was a little nervous because it has been so hot all over the world, like all over the world. I was worried to get this on Amazon that it would arrive basically liquid and all melted, but it came, it was fine. I have not seen this in the drugstores, by the way. When I was in Vegas, I went in a couple like Walgreens, CVS, seeing if they happen to carry it. Didn't see it there. So let me know in the comments if you've actually seen it in the drugstore. As it stands now, I have only been able to find it on Amazon. Anyways, if you are new here, I talk about doing what's called a double cleanse. I really like this method for removing long wear makeup and or water resistant sunscreen. Basically, you take an oil-based cleanser, whether it be a cleansing balm such as this or a cleansing oil, and rub it over the surface of the skin. It takes advantage of the principle of like dissolves like to begin to break up that film of cosmetic residue, water resistant sunscreen. The majority of these cleansing balms and cleansing oils, they'll have an emulsifier in them. And what that allows for is when you do end up getting your face wet, the skin wet, it will emulsify into kind of a little bit of a creamy lather and rinse off. Now, I do recommend following it up with a gentle cleanser just to ensure you've gotten everything off and you can properly cleanse the skin. But this, in my experience, is a gentler, more efficient way to remove water resistant sunscreen and long wear makeup. Now, I do get a lot of questions. Hey, I don't wear makeup. Do I actually need to be doing this double cleanse thing? You certainly don't. This is not like a strict evidence-based procedure we're talking about here. For the most part, what I'm telling you about double cleansing comes largely from my subjective experience doing it. There is a paper that you can find online that showed less irritation in participants doing an oil cleanse for removing water resistant sunscreen in comparison to not using an oil cleanser. But it's a very small study. I wouldn't exactly call it like dermatologic law or anything, but yeah, it certainly can be beneficial. And I have just found over the years that it is the bee's knees, and I've reviewed many cleansing balms and cleansing oils. But oddly enough, in the US market, this is not really a popular thing. In the drugstores, it's gained popularity. I'm sure we will start seeing more of them over the years, but it's not really something that is that common, like to find at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil. Recently you're starting to see more brands do them, but largely it comes from like Korean skincare and Japanese skincare. That is where I first identified and started using cleansing balms and cleansing oils, was borrowing from Japanese and Korean skincare practices. And I find it, like I said, to be a very efficient way. Now, I know in France, for example, they popularized micellar water. That is another approach to this as well, for removing cosmetic residue. I don't use micellar water. I've never really found that I got along well with it. I have a video explaining why. Anyways, CeraVe hit up the market with a makeup remover cleansing balm. Now, it's CeraVe, so it's gonna have the 3 essential ceramides in there. It has jojoba oil and castor seed oil as the primary emollients, and then it has an emulsifier, PEG 20. And I've gotta say, this product has very good spread on the surface of the skin. Some cleansing balms that I've tried over the years, they're, I don't know, a little bit harder of a balm. They don't melt into the skin as easily with the temperature of your skin, this melts nicely over the surface of the skin. Now, I actually use this not only to remove my stuff on my face, but also mascara, eye makeup. Found that it worked really, really well. Very silky, very smooth, moisturizing, but doesn't leave the skin greasy. It rinses off in total just fine, although I do recommend, as do they, following it up with your regular cleanser, a gentle cleanser, to really just get everything off. But it does a really good job. It's a pleasant experience. I wouldn't say this is inexpensive. It clocks in at $13.29 for 1.3 ounces. Most cleansing balms that I've tried are at least 3.2 ounces. So 1.3 ounces is kind of a little bit, but I'm also always complaining about how there aren't enough TSA friendly ways to take an oil cleanser on an airplane. So I appreciate this for travel purposes for sure. Now, they suggest taking a pearl-sized amount, but here's the thing. With this, I really would have appreciated a spatula. I know I often whine about the spatula or, you know, mock the spatula, but I really think with cleansing balms, they're helpful, especially when you have a narrow opening like this. I do find that a spatula would be particularly helpful because you kind of have to dig in this when you first get it to break into the balm. And having a spatula, I think, would make it a more efficient process. Again, it arrived in its solid state. It did not melt in transit, which is remarkable, but it does melt nicely as you spread it over the surface of the skin. This product is suitable for all skin types. I do get a lot of comments, you know, I have oily skin or I have acne. Should I be doing a double cleanse? There's nothing about having acne that prohibits you from doing a double cleanse. Some people do not, you know, find that they don't get along with oil-based cleansers, but that is not a predictable outcome. You know, that's an individualized thing. No one can predict that for you. So simply having acne or having oily skin, it doesn't prohibit you from pursuing an oil-based cleanser and the double cleansing method. In fact, many people with acne prone and or oily skin really find that they notice substantial improvement in their skin when they incorporate this. I mean, it's purely anecdote, but they do notice and report an improvement. Possibly because, you know, it's gentler on the skin barrier and less irritating, removes dirt, debris, impurities, maybe more efficiently. All speculative, but all that to say, if you have acne prone skin, don't fear oil cleansing. It's not off the table. All right, so I talked about my gripe with the packaging. The product works. The product works well. It does a good job. It's, you know, a pleasant texture. It's just a little bit difficult and unwieldy to get out of the jar. A spatula would have been nice. Let's talk about the odor. It's fragrance free, which I appreciate. You know, cleansing balms, sometimes they will go overboard with the perfume and it's a bit much. There's no fragrance, but it smells like butter. It smells exactly like butter. I mean, we're talking when you're putting this on your face, you're like, am I in a croissant right now? It's like a pastry. Kind of pleasant, actually. It's kind of pleasant. It's not like rancid butter or anything. It's like, you know, when you walk into a bakery and they're like baking pastry, you have that buttery scent. You get that with this. It's just its natural aroma with no added fragrance to it. Smells like butter. And it's kind of pleasant, especially first thing in the morning. I don't know, you're like, oh, I'm at a cafe. Yeah, definitely smells. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this, if you think it smells like butter. It smells like butter to me. Like honestly, if you, like, it really smells like something you'd put on toast. Do not eat this. Don't recommend putting it on toast. But yeah, it smells exactly like butter. Let me know if you have had that experience. Otherwise, I love it. But I'm biased. I will admit, I am biased when it comes to CeraVe. I love CeraVe. I love them with all of my heart and soul. There's only one product from CeraVe that I detest, and it is their micellar water. Go figure. I'm not a fan of micellar waters, and theirs burns my eyes. But I love CeraVe, and I've loved them since, you know, I was, since they first came out. I've been a long time stan of the brand. They always come out with things that are needed. Like, here's the thing, I'm just gonna fangirl a bit on CeraVe. Like, instead of coming out with some dumb serum that we already have 900 versions of from different brands, they bring something to the table that we actually need from drugstore brands, and that is a good cleansing balm. I don't know why more brands are not doing good cleansing balms. They can't be that difficult to formulate. Maybe they are, maybe it's just not something as familiar to these companies. But anyways, so let's move on to the eye makeup remover. Now, what you have to know about me, especially if you're new here, is I don't really wear makeup. I always wear mascara. I cannot leave my home without mascara. It just feels weird. I feel naked. So I always wear mascara, but I don't typically wear makeup. Only recently have I gotten into just experimenting with eyeshadows and things, but I don't really do much in the way of eye makeup. So I don't have a lot of personal experience trying out different eye makeup removers, but I will say I have tried a handful of them, and they almost always burn my eyes. I've tried drugstore eye makeup removers. I have tried Paula's Choice makes an eye makeup remover, and they almost always burn my eyes for whatever reason. But they get the job done. The thing I don't like about eye makeup removers, this one included, is that you have to put them on a cotton pad. So that's another thing I have to buy and keep up with. Yes, I know they make those reusable ones. I like to use my hands, I don't want to have another tool to do something. So that is just, my personal issue. But if you're used to using an eye makeup remover, give this one a try, because it does in fact work. Okay, it's a very milky fluid. It actually separates. I've already shaken it up here, but it separates. So before you use it, you shake it well. And it's not greasy. You just put a little bit into a cotton pad, swipe it over, and it takes stuff off. Like for this B-roll, I purposely put on quite a bit of eyeshadow, more than I'm used to doing or anything like that, just so that you guys could see how well it works. Water resistant mascara I'm wearing here as a side note. Mascara, it will begin to dissolve away the makeup. And I also use it in my eyebrows, takes off eyebrow pencil as well. So really works quite well. Moisturizing, non-greasy. This product you can use to take off your eye makeup, and you don't even technically have to then wash it off. I recommend that you do, but say you are, I don't know, taking your eye makeup off and you're gonna go cook dinner or something before you take a shower or whatever, you don't have to worry about leaving this on the skin, that the residue is gonna be irritating. It's fine to leave it on the skin. I do recommend eventually you wash your face in total, but you see what I'm saying here? Like, if you're somebody who, when you get home from work, you wanna take your makeup off, and then you're gonna do your skincare later on at night, you could take your eye makeup off with this and not have to wash it off right away. It's fine to leave on the skin. And it doesn't burn the eyes for me. There were some comments on Amazon reviews that people did find it burned, but I don't see how that could be. I mean, it's like putting almond milk on your skin almost, but almond milk that takes off eyeshadow. Very, very gentle. Again, it has ceramides, sodium hyaluronate. It's got castor oil in it. Castor oil, some people are allergic to, as a side note. So if that's you, these products would be a no-go. This works. I don't know what else to tell you. My main gripe with it is the packaging. Typically, and I know, nowadays brands are trying to be more conscientious about doing away with unnecessary plastic, but it's got like a child-proof cap on it that you have to press down and open up. So if you have like rheumatoid arthritis or something, mobility issues in your hands, I do think you're gonna have this may not be so friendly for you. I could be wrong on that, but I actually, have had a bit of a struggle with the childproof cap type thing. I don't know what is going on there. And then the aperture, the opening is too big. So it's really difficult to not dump a massive amount out on your little cotton round or reusable round. So that, I don't know what they were thinking there. Maybe just trying to make packaging that was less wasteful, but you, the consumer, is going to end up wasting product. So, I mean, I guess if you even putting the cotton pad, I mean, I tried putting the cotton pad over the bottle opening, flipping it over, that kind of thing, still got way too much out. Overall, this is great. It works well. You know, it works really well. It's gentle, it's not irritating, it doesn't burn, and it takes stuff off, which is important. You don't want to leave eye makeup on, you know, residue of eye makeup on. It can be very irritating. The eyelid skin is thin, it's delicate, so leaving irritating residue, impurities from cosmetics behind, it's just asking for eyelid dermatitis. Not to mention the health of your eyelashes can be compromised by cosmetic residue left behind. As a side note, there's this image which I'm not going to put it on this video. I put it on other videos. It's very disturbing, of this woman. You can find it in the medical literature. This woman who like went years without ever taking her eye makeup off, and she had like all this stuff embedded under her eyelids. It's quite disturbing to see. So I'm not going to put that here. She had like what are called foreign granulomas in her eyelids. Yeah, not a pleasant thing. So take your eye makeup off. $9.58 for 4 ounces. Let me know in the comments though if you have tried it, what your experience with it was. For me personally, I will not buy it again, simply because I am not an eye makeup remover person. I will just use the cleansing balm to remove my eye makeup. I'm not going to mess with that. I mean, if you're in the habit of doing that, you're in the habit of doing it, and it's not a big deal for you. But for me, it's too much of an adjustment. I'm not going to keep up with eye makeup remover, but I will definitely repurchase the cleanser balm, especially for travel purposes. Once again, CeraVe did not disappoint in the quality of the product. I think they could have, I don't know, been a little bit more detail focused in the packaging, just some, you know, subtle tweaks, personal preferences, and making things more accessible, easier. There's a possibility that there's something to this bottle that I have screwed up entirely in terms of how it's open and closed, but as a consumer, like, I mean, I went on the website and I didn't see any specific instructions. Like, I keep thinking, is this bottle something that if I just open a certain way, there'll be another way to get the cap off, and it'll be like more of a dispenser. And I'm not seeing that anywhere. It's just like a childproof safety cap, and that's about it. All right, y'all, that's the review of these products. Again, let me know in the comments if you've given them a try. I definitely recommend them. They're great. But again, I'm biased. I love CeraVe. If you all enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.